The snake in the garden was the ascended woman, the independent woman. Coming out of the head represents the ascended woman. Her Kundalini has raised all the way through her spine and up through her skull. She is undefeatable. Also, a goddess of fertility. And here we have Kali, one of my favorite representations. We've got the necklace of skulls, the skirt of hands, and she is standing on top of Shiva. And this is because she's representative of life and death itself. She is the force within Shiva, even, that allows him to live. She is the force of creation. She is the goddess of life, death, and time. And she is very, very old. All the goddesses are older than the gods. And you note right over here the snakes. The ascended woman is always represented with snakes. And you just keep getting older and older and older, and you see the same things, and you start seeing more of the same things. Hinduism is one of the oldest representations of religion as we know it. Most religions are based in Hinduism. It's one of the best set of books and texts that we can get that are still intact today that show us the oldest stuff. The Bible is based on Hinduism, the Old and the New Testament. So, and that encapsulates a lot of religions. A lot of religions go under the Bible. But even Hinduism is not as old as the things in the ancient Americas, as Aztec culture. Meet Kotaliku, the original snake in the garden, sent to try to rescue Eve from being assaulted from her own father. Read that story closely. That's her daddy. And you can see where the snake came from. You look at this, you might think this is a very terrifying sight. But guess what? It was supposed to be terrifying. It was supposed to be terrifying to men who thought they could rule over women. And note, we have the same things as Kali from a totally different culture all the way across the world. We've got a necklace of hands, and this being the oldest and most original, you'll see it's not just a necklace of hands or skulls. We've got the skull on the waist belt, actually. The necklace of hands, excuse me, actually becomes the Hamsa hands. There are so many ancient symbols in this original deity alone. And you can see we've got two snake heads meeting to create one face in the middle. This is, again, the Kundalini raised through the top of the head. This is the ascended woman, the undefeatable woman. You can see that even her skirt is made of snakes. We've got the hands, we've got the skull, all the same things as Kali. This is the same entity. And these goddesses, we like to say, goddess of fertility, goddess of time. Time is a great one, though. Awesome for Kali. But really, what these women represented was the undefeatable woman, the ascended woman, the fact that women don't need no body. And that's why they had to be defeated, because men could not exist in that world with any power. Absorb this into your psyche. Think long and hard about how men have ruined spirituality and history itself to insert themselves in it. The snake was a defender of women, a representation of the original self-replicating goddess. And they've turned it into, you're a snake. Remember, Nemesis was a goddess of justice until men got to her story, because justice was their nemesis.